Ozark Trail Coffee Pot Review. How to make stovetop coffee or camp coffee, how much ground coffee to use, and how long do you percolate your coffee. Whether you're camping out or if your electricity went out, you need a good stovetop coffee pot. Now I have used this one years and I thought, well, I really need a new one. So I went out and bought this Ozark Trail Coffee Pot. Now, when you look at coffee pots and they say 12 cup, they don't mean this 12 cup. They mean this is a 12 cup. So keep that in mind when you're trying to figure out how much coffee you're making. Now, also a 12 cup, you would have to go all the way up to here to make it 12 cups, which means it's going to boil over. So in this 12 cup coffee pot, I'm really just going to make about 9 cups. Now I always keep bottled water around. I take it when I go camping and I keep it around for when my electricity goes out. So I'm going to put about 9 cups of water in here. And then when they give you directions on how much coffee to use, they're going to say about a tablespoon per cup. Now, this is a tablespoon. This is what you might buy in the store. And this is what comes in your K-Cups coffee maker. So it doesn't matter which one you use, they're all different amounts. What matters is that you use the same amount each time once you establish what is your perfect pot of coffee. So we're used to using the K-Cup, so that's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to put 9 of these in there. So now it's just a matter, I want to kind of straighten that out, put my other thing on there. And now I'm ready to start my coffee. Now the hardest part about this is waiting for your coffee to start percolating. So we're going to get this going. I'm going to turn my stove on, get it going, and we'll come back once it starts percolating. Now we have found out once it starts percolating, we turn down the heat, and for us, 7 minutes is the perfect time to let it percolate. Okay, while we're waiting for this to percolate, we are really big coffee drinkers. My husband has to have a cup of coffee first thing in the morning, and he has a cup of coffee when he goes to bed at night. So we've got coffee going all the time. Now when you're camping first thing in the morning, unless your sweetie has built a campfire to keep your coffee warm, you are going to need a thermos. Now it can be one of these old-fashioned type thermoses. This is a thermos that came from one of my old coffee pots. So when I make my coffee, I'm going to pour us up a cup of coffee, and then I'm going to pour the remaining into a thermos, so we'll have warm coffee for our second cup of coffee of the day. Now when you're considering coffee pots, you know, you've got this style, which is real cute, but it's long and skinny, which means it's going to take longer to heat up all that water. And if you're in a hurry for your coffee, this might not be the best choice for you. Now I see it's starting to perk. You can see it coming up in the glass. Now I'm going to turn my heat down fairly low as it would go. Now this took about 17 minutes to start perking because we were outside. I normally do this inside where you don't have any wind or anything heating. Now when it's really cold, it's going to take longer. When it's really warm, it's not going to take as long. If you're on high altitudes, it's all going to change. So just remember when you're camping and you're using a percolator, don't get in a big hurry for your coffee because you're going to have to wait. Okay, the 7 minutes is up. Now I'm ready for my perfect cup of coffee. I'm going to turn this off, but I'm not ready for my coffee yet. Now if you pour your coffee out right now you're going to have coffee grounds in your cup. So you want to give it about a minute to let it settle down so you don't get coffee grounds in your coffee. Now also, we really prefer the stovetop coffee. For one thing, I like my coffee hot, but I like cream in my coffee. So when I make like coffee in a K-cup, by the time I pour milk into it, it's too cold. It's not hot enough. But with this, you need the cream to cool it off enough just to drink. So my husband usually puts coconut oil in his coffee. So, but I have to give him a little cream to put in his cup just so he can drink it, because this is really hot, hot coffee. So here he comes for his first cup of coffee. I don't know who decided that this was a good design for coffee cups to put this lid on, because it's not as deep. If you look at my old coffee pot, you've got a really deep rim. On this, you've got a really shallow rim. So when you first pour your coffee, you're going to get coffee all over the place. I don't care how careful you are, it's going to come out that top. Now since I've poured this out, I'm immediately going to pour the coffee in my thermos so that the next cup of coffee will be just as hot, almost as hot as that first cup of coffee. Okay, now we're ready to settle back and enjoy a good cup of coffee.
Keep in mind you blow on it. As hot as it is, it fogs up your glasses. So keep that in mind. That's how hot it is.
Okay, I'm going to get the cream. Now he drinks agave in his. I drink honey and cream in mine. Okay, the Ozark Trail Coffee Pot has a glass viewing cap. Many of them are plastic. Has a wood and metal handle, which is really important if you happen to be cooking over an open flame or charcoal. And it's made of stainless steel, especially important for those who no longer want to be cooking with aluminum. Thank you so much for joining me today at Homemade Cooking in Texas. These are my favorite recipes, and I hope they will become yours. Now, if you enjoy these recipes, please like and subscribe so you can see more of these type recipes. We have been making a full-time living here on our organic farm since 1991. We need your support to continue our small family farm by liking and subscribing to our channel. Thank you so much.